All right. Welcome, guys,
What's
to
up?
another Shots the 3D Experience podcast. We got Troy and Brandon Mosby
Hey guys,
How y'all
from
doing?
Broadside Camo. Welcome, guys.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having us. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. If we could get some better weather,
Ooh,
I don't know about where you guys are at, but it's been hot and dry here in Oklahoma.
man, it's been hot up until about the last week, and then we've been having some pretty good temperatures drop. I think that this morning it was below 40,
yeah,
and the deer are moving. So that's a
Oh,
good sign. We've been waiting for this.
Yeah,
push a
yeah,
little cold weather our way.
yeah. I got the thunder booming in the background right now, so we're fixing to get some rain. So,
Yeah.
that's what happened to us last week. It stormed real good, and then the next
oh,
day we had a cold front push in.
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah, I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook or not, but I had my son out at James Collins at a youth rifle hunt, and Saturday we were gonna do a little cookout and everything for all the kids, and my goodness, it started coming down,
Uh,
blowing, lightning. It got pretty western there for a little while, but it was
yeah.
pretty good hunting the next day.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's what
sure.
counts.
But
Yeah. So, where you guys based out of? First of all, we know you guys. We've met you at the Shot the 3D Experience, but we haven't really got acquainted all that well. And that's kind of what the point of this podcast is like, kind of tell us all about Broadside Camo and the Mosby family and how you guys got started. So, first of all, where are you guys out of?
We're out of Kansas City, Missouri. I'm Troy, by the way. This is my son slash partner, Brandon. Uh, I'm a father to 6 kids. I have 5 grandchildren, and he has 3 children of his own. And beautiful. We both have beautiful wives, and he owns his own. Brandon owns his own electric company. I'm a don't hate on me, but I'm a mailman. Hey, and I do my job right. But yeah. So just a little bit. Again, we're from Kansas City, Missouri. I've been hunting, pretty much my whole life. I started out as a kid hunting squirrel and whatnot, and then got into deer hunting, and just progressed into everything. And then probably about it's probably been about 30 years ago, I decided why not pick up a bow? Me and my stepdad was hunting, and I said, man, I said, if we'd start bow hunting, we could hunt from September to January instead of
yep,
just a week and a half. So I got a bow. I had a buddy that was really into it. He taught me a lot about it. Setting up your bow, paper tuning, and all this the 9 yards about it. And so I just took off with it and fell in love with it. First sit ever is an incredible story. I shot a 6-point buck. I was sitting on a fallen tree, and this little buck come in. I shot him, and I was like so excited. He said, "You got to wait an hour." So I watched my watch for exactly 1 hour. Went to find him. I ended up on the way to him. Ended up shooting a doe on the ground, and I was hooked. I've been hooked
yep.
ever since. And so probably the last 15 years, I've been exclusive bow hunting. And he's hunted off and on his whole life. I'll let you tell
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I've been hunting on and off my whole life. Got into archery really probably 5 years ago, but I started Mosby Electric, and that kind of just, I mean, that's taken all my time, so I kind of got away from it a little bit there. But back in the saddle this year.
Full force.
Yeah, full force. I've been out, I mean, countless times since September 15th.
One thing about Brandon, he's
Yeah.
like me. When he gets into something, he's all in. You know what I mean? And he's
There
definitely
you
got
go.
all in this year.
Yeah, and just being, I mean, you guys know, just being so busy and running a company and stuff, getting out in the woods is such a blessing and a break. It's unbelievable.
It's needed for sure.
Yeah, oh, it's so needed. We've been talking about it for years that I needed to get back into, and I just couldn't find the time, but this year
Yep.
Yeah.
definitely got it.
So he back into it. I have another son. He's getting into it himself. And we have a little hunting family, and we love it. We all love to eat deer and whatnot. My wife does. She runs a daycare, and she always has probably about 6 kids, and always more on a waiting list. And one thing I've always prided myself on is that all these years, every kid that's come through this house has been raised on deer meat. So,
There you go.
obviously no steroids, no bull crap in the meat, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, they're getting the healthiest meat you can get.
Yeah.
And they like it. And it's funny because they kind of got it back. Most people would be like, oh, it tastes gamey or this or that. Well, when they eat beef, they're like, what is this?
Right.
So about 8 years ago, I seen a guy on Facebook, and he was wearing this camo, and I'd always said that, man, I don't know why they don't come out with a camo that looks like what it looks like when you look up
Mhm.
up into the trees and you see the skyline and everything like that. And I'm like, I don't know why nobody ever does that. Well, I seen a guy and he was wearing just that, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's what I've been talking about right there. So I contacted him. He introduced me to a guy named Scott Shearer that he's the one that originally come up with Broadside Camo. And so I went up to the Iowa Deer Classic that next March. I met Scott. I checked out the gear, fell in love with it instantly, and bought the Versa set, bought the early season set, bought the late season set, bought everything I could buy
Everything you
right
could get.
then, and started hunting. And man, I kept falling further in love with it because I wasn't my success rate, I felt like, had gone up. And if it wasn't because of the camo, it was my confidence had gone up. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
either way, it was working for me. And so and it's built for a mobile hunter. It's built for a saddle hunter. Um and it like, just for example, it has bridge ports. So the bridge of your saddle, you can be in your tree 20 feet up, grab your hoodie or your coat out of the pack, put it on, and it has bridge ports that go around your bridge. So that way you don't have to wear it to the tree. You don't have to open up your saddle when you're up in the tree and shove it down in there and you lose all
Right.
your pockets. This goes around your saddle, goes around your bridge. You still have your cargo pockets. We have duck pockets because people, when you're saddle hunting, usually you're like this on top of your bridge,
Right.
or, you know, so these duck pockets are in the perfect position when you're sitting up in a tree chilling.
So comfortable.
Yeah, you put some hand warmers in there, whatever.
Yeah.
So
I really like that too, man. That's pretty handy.
it really is. I got a buddy that my buddy Bobby, he's a duck hunter, and he was like, I don't know why whitetail hunters don't mess with duck pockets. And I'm like, we do.
Yeah.
Check this out. And I'm like, I love them.
Yeah. Nothing better.
It's got the hoodies and the coats, they got built-in dump pouches for your ropes, gloves, whatever. It's got a built-in platform pocket. So when you're climbing, if you put your hoodie on or whatever, or coming down, you can slide your platform right into that back pocket, come down. It makes it super easy.
Reversible. The Versa series is reversible. Two
Yep.
patterns.
The early season set, you get the closer pattern, which is like our treetop pattern.
Mhm.
You get that on one side, and you can reverse it, and you get our ground and pound late fall season pattern on the other side. So it's
I
really
do
nice.
like that because transitioning from you might get in the tree early in the morning and be like, I want to do some ground and pounding. I want to do some spot and stalking, and so switching that out to the, would you call it, the striker?
Striker,
Pattern?
yeah.
Yeah, the striker pattern is more browns and like your floor of the forest color pattern, right? And so you don't have those whites popping like the sky.
Yep.
I do like that feature
The,
a
the
lot.
imagery on that stuff too is just, it's unreal in
Yeah.
person.
It's just real images.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's actually videos out there of people doing just exactly what you said. They're up in the tree and then they decided they want to move, or there was one guy that wanted to move in on a buck or something, and he come down and he literally changed his stuff and started doing spot and stock. And I'm like, that's what it's made for. It
Yeah.
works out perfect. So anyway, it's definitely built for a saddle hunter, mobile hunter. And so COVID hit. Scott I think he was in the middle of remodeling his home. The price of lumber went through the roof, when COVID hit. He had two young ones. He was also working a full-time job, and he just decided that he just couldn't go on with it. He had to finish his home. and he had to take care of that stuff, the family stuff. So he let it die. So the last probably 3 years or so, I've been like, Scott, man, this saddle market is growing incredibly. You know, it's growing every day. I said, you need
Come
to
back.
bring this stuff back. Plus, I wanted some more gear, you know.
Yeah.
So, kind of a crazy way to get some more gear, but you know, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. So I was trying to get him to bring it back, and he just couldn't do it. And me and Brandon was at a dinner one night, and we were talking about it. And he knows how passionate I am about the camo, you know, and how much I believe in it. And so he said, "Man, why don't we bring it back?" And I was like, "What? I don't know the first thing about running a business." First of all. And he's like, of course, he owns his own electric company, so he's like, you know, I know quite a bit about running business and how things go and whatnot. And he said, you're really involved in the hunting world, the saddle world. You know, you go to events, you put on events. I think we could make a go of it. So I said, well, heck with it. If you really want to, I'll talk to Scott and see what we can't do. And so I did. And next thing you know, we bought the company from Scott and got the manufacturer and started working with them. And
When was that? When did you guys purchase the company?
February
February of this year.
25. Yep.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we moved quick.
we're fresh. We're very fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I thought honestly, I thought it was been longer than that.
Yep.
no. So we actually launched in August, right? Late July, 1st of August.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I think it was the 1st of August. We actually launched our website and said we're live.
Awesome.
It's been crazy ever since. So
So how long had Broadside been around before the COVID thing shut him down?
I think Broadside come out in
2013, is that right?
2014, I believe it was.
Gotcha.
So it'd been around for a little bit, and Scott had a huge following. The camo had a huge following, and
Yeah.
so and it just people like. So when we first took over the company and whatnot, I'd put out little teasers, just get a feel for what people were thinking, if people were going to get excited or you know, and man, people were going nuts, you know. When's this coming back? I want it to come back. I've been trying to get it for so many years and da 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 da. And it was just super exciting. So it was
Yeah.
like, heck yeah, dude. I think we're onto something good, you know. And yeah, it's going, man. We get messages almost every day from people talking about how much they love it. They send in pictures. It's gone over really well, and I'm very happy about it because, like I said, I'm super passionate about this whole entire system from the camo to the system that comes with it with the saddle friendly gear, you know. And to me, it's amazing. And
Well,
I
I tell you
I'll be
from
honest, I don't know why not every saddle hunter in the world don't want it because it's exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you as somebody who I don't have broadside camo yet, like I said, yet. But when I met you, I met you at the Flint Oak event that we had there in Kansas, and
Yes,
you were
sir.
telling me about it.
Yep.
Number one, when I talked to a lot of guys, and you could read the passion from somebody, and when somebody's talking about something that they believe in, you can pick up on that. And I picked up on that, so I started following Broadside Camo when you guys popped a little Facebook page and started doing those teasers, watching the launch. And I still follow that page today. And man, I see guys posting pictures all the time. You guys got a really interactive page. There seems to be a heck of a following out there for it. And it
Yeah.
kind of surprised me that I really didn't know about it. When I talked to you, it was the first time I'd heard of Broadside Camo.
Yeah.
But what got me was I just started getting into the saddle hunting game, and the features that you guys have on that, like those are some pretty awesome features. The hoodie, being able to put a hoodie on top of that without having to, like you say, take everything off and tuck it in. The pouches that are built in, the duck pockets, really exciting features for some of that stuff, man. So I'm kind of excited to get my hands on a little bit of it and try it out. So
Yeah, it's super nice too, especially like we're in the Midwest here in the mornings. Like right now, it's 40 degrees, so it's pretty chilly. So you throw that hoodie on once you get up in the saddle, and then sun starts poking up. You get a little warm, you just throw it right off.
yeah,
Peace.
So
What-
you guys said you took it over just this year. He had like a 5-year shutdown. Where did Broadside Camo originate from? What area of the United States?
Texas. Believe it
In
or not,
Texas. Okay.
that pattern originated in Texas, and I used to live in Texas for several years, and at one point I was actually stationed in Texas. And when Scott told me that it originated in Texas, I was kind of like, "What? Texas?" And he's like,
If you've been to any one of our Shot to 3D Experience events, then you already know Tacticam is a proud sponsor of Shot to 3D Experience. In fact, they've been a sponsor since the very beginning, putting out a dozen cameras on 5 to 6 different courses, offering the archers the ability to go on the Tacticam Reveal app and see videos and pictures of them in action on the courses. So they are also a proud sponsor of this YouTube channel. So in that regard, we are going to give away a Tacticam Reveal X 3.0 camera at each of the next 12 episodes that we release. All that you have to do to win is become a subscriber of Shot to 3D Experience YouTube channel. If you want bonus points, easy. Go follow us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, and you get bonus entries for that drawing. So each episode, we are going to draw a winner from our subscriber list, both on the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram, and ship out one of these cameras. So good luck to everybody. And oh, by the way, this week's winner is Spencer Rue. He's been a subscriber since February of 2025. Thank you, Spencer. We'll get with you, and I'll get your address, and we'll get you this camera sent out to you.
"Yeah." I'm like, "That's cool." Hey, but man, so many people from Texas loved it. I mean, we get a lot of our customers are
Yeah.
from Texas. It's pretty wild,
Yeah.
know. But yeah, they love it down there.
That's pretty neat.
What material
You
is
guys have a lot of following from some of the northern states too. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of guys up north are using that stuff, man. It's kind of everywhere, which kind of surprised me that I had not heard of it.
And you're like you're saying, I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of people that I talk to in the hunting world that have never heard of it. They'll be like, "What?" And I'm like, "You
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
heard of it?" And
Yeah.
they're like, "Nope, nope." But it's funny because I have season tickets to the Chiefs, and
Mhm.
sometimes I get different people sitting next to me. Well, this last or 2 weeks ago, I had a guy from Wisconsin sitting next to me. Excuse me, sorry about that. And we were talking. He'd never even heard of saddle hunting, and he was a big hunter. He loved to hunt, and hunted every chance he got, but he'd never even heard of saddle hunting. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Really?" I said, "Boy, I'm about to change your religion, man. I'm gonna introduce you to saddle." I said, "But I'm gonna tell you, once you go down that rabbit hole, it's a deep hole, brother."
Deep.
Yeah.
It is for sure.
So
Yeah.
what material is your hoodie made out of?
It's a soft shell polyester blend, and it's waterproof, windproof, burrs, stick tights, all that stuff. Wipe right off of it. It's 220 GSM insulation built into it. So it's warm. What we like was when we were working with the manufacturer, we said, "Here's the deal. We're mobile hunters, so we do move around. We may hunt this tree right now and then get down for the afternoon and go hunt this other tree and move my whole setup. So I want something that's warm, but I don't want it to be hot. You know what I'm saying? And so we come up with it, what we feel is the perfect amount of insulation in it, and each piece. So you got your hoodie that's 220. You got your coat that's 240, and then I guess I can talk about it. We got some killer bibs coming out. We do have some bibs, and they're the insulation in them is that nylon pillow. Um, Starts with a P. I can't remember the name of it, but they're very warm. But I get cold pretty easy. I'm an old man, so I get cold pretty easy. So we come up with the nylon pillow insulation, and then on top of that, we got Sherpa on them,
Mm.
and them suckers they're warm.
They're hot.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about using them this year. And this is the first time we're talking about them. So we've had them
Hey,
in it. So
Yeah, haven't been dropped.
we haven't even got them online or nothing yet.
Haven't
so-
hinted at them or nothing.
Nope. But they're killer, man. So and I forget the GSM of those off the top of
Yeah, I
my
don't
head, but
remember
it's
either,
like I want to say it's like 340, 350. It's just a heavier.
now
Oh,
does it have any special features for the saddle hunter? Like, did you do
yeah.
anything design wise with the saddle in
Not
mind, or
really.
On
Well,
the bibs,
see,
not really.
now when Scott made bibs several years ago, he made it to where the chest would open up, and so you could put them on over your saddle. And we had thought about that, and we had tried it, and we decided once I got my saddle on, if I have base layers on, and then I have my saddle on, then I have the bibs on, and then I have the coat on, trying to adjust your saddle underneath all that is
yeah,
kind
it's impossible?
yeah, it's difficult. And I learned that from a few years ago, talking to some people that had Broadside and they had those bibs, and I was talking to them about it, and they said the same thing that they wear it on the even though it has a way that you can put your bibs on over the saddle, they still wear their saddle on the outside
Outside.
because it's such a pain to adjust it on the
Mhm.
inside. So we decided let's take that out. It's got big cargo pockets right here. We work with or not worked with, but I have heart issues. I actually have a defibrillator.
Hmm.
I have a heart disease I've had for pretty much my whole life, I guess. And so I work a lot with cardiologists and whatnot, and on a regular basis. So we get to talking about hunting and whatnot, and they told me that there's a femur artery that runs up the inside of your thighs, both thighs, and they said if you can warm that artery up, that warms your core up like crazy, and that's half your battle about getting warm when you're sitting out in the cold. So we literally made our bib pockets big enough that you can, and we made our we have some late season vapor pants. They're not bibs, they're actually pants. They're insulated pants. We put a special pocket on the inside of each thigh that you can put a hot hands in that pocket. A lot of times I'll put my keys in there or whatever because it's just I can reach down and grab them. Okay, I still got my keys. Or you can put a lot of things in those inside pockets. But if you put a hand warmer in there, it sits right on top of that femur artery, which helps to heat up your core. So that's one thing about our late season pants that we made specifically for that. Um, they also have a down on the lower leg, left leg, we put a limb saw pocket because it was kind
Oh,
of
cool.
what do you do? It's just empty space. Is there
Yeah.
anything you can do with that? Well, you can slide a limb saw in there if you want to carry it with you or a knife or whatever. You know what I mean? Um, we met the cargo pockets on the. If I'm getting ahead of myself,
No, yeah, go ahead.
the cargo pockets.
You're good.
I get to talk.
Yeah,
man.
he's
I
yeah.
just blah, blah,
He's the talker. I'll let him.
blah. The cargo pockets are still kind of on the outside of the thighs. But if you're up in a tree, 20 feet up in a tree, and you're using your cargo pockets, and say you're leaning or whatnot, or even sitting, there's a chance stuff can slide out of your pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So we made it to where you can button the flap. I wish I grab a pair.
Yeah, I can.
We should have been more prepared.
So,
But you can literally open. There's a waterproof zipper on the side of the pocket that you can open up and access it from the inside of your leg.
like if you're sitting, the side would actually become the top, and you can
Yes.
access it from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
so you're
slide
not
your phone in there.
fumbling stuff down at the bottom
Yeah.
of the tree.
Exactly. You can slide your phone in there. You can. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do with it. But I love that pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm leaning and sitting and whatnot. You do have a
Do your
back
pants
pocket.
have knee pads?
No, they do not have knee pads.
Okay.
We've actually been talking about that because it's been talked about a couple times that people are saying, "Hey, what about putting knee pads on there?" And I'm like, that's a good idea. I wear knee pads,
Yeah.
so it's a good idea. So here's that screen's kind of small, so help me out here if you can't see it. So here's your leg. Right here is that pocket on the inside of your thigh. You got one on each side. It's got a waterproof zipper. Put a hot hands down in there, and that'll warm that artery up. Here's your side cargo pocket. You got a button right here that you can get into it. We even made a little thing for if you want to slide your grunt tube in there. If you wanted to do that, you could do that. But on the inside of the pocket, there's a waterproof zipper that opens like this. So when you're sitting or you're leaning, like you said, that becomes your top pocket or the top of your pocket opening.
Right.
You just slide right down in there. Here's your limb saw pocket down on your lower leg. And then you got this pocket, you got a back pocket. Yeah. And we also put well, this is on the other one. We got D loops that hang from your waist. So you can put like a retractable cord for a rangefinder or grunt tube, whatever. Got one on each side of the waist.
Bow rope, pull rope.
Yep. If you want to pull your bull rope pull rope up, you can do that too. That's a
Yeah.
new one.
I like the fact of having all those pockets because there's a lot of times, like if I'm just hunting close to the house, I'm not taking a backpack or anything like that. The more I can shove in my pockets, the better off I am.
Man, and this stuff, I'm telling you, it's built. Okay, mobile hunters, we're supposed to be like, even though everybody pretty much carries a kitchen sink, it seems like, including myself at times. But if you with our gear, if you want to go in without a pack, it can easily be done. You put
Yeah.
your platform in your back pocket, your ropes in your side. You got plenty of other pockets to store your stuff. It's cake. There, you're gonna get the first glance.
That dude looks warm from here.
Yeah.
These are
I'm sweating just looking at it.
yeah, they're extremely warm.
So you got D loops here to hang stuff, and you got oversized cargo pockets that go to the inside of your thigh on there. The pattern's just beautiful.
Sherpa on that.
I like it.
Come up to the top of your thigh, and then of course
Three-way zipper.
you got that. Boy, that's just warm as can be.
Yeah.
We're pretty proud
Perfect for
of
those.
we like those.
Perfect for those all day sets.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Amber will want a pair of those for sure.
Yeah, I was like,
I hate being cold too. I'm super excited to get a pair of those on.
yeah, I follow Amber too. That's your wife, right, Jeremy?
Yes. Yeah.
And I started following her. I think I met her or not. Well, I met her when I was down there in Kansas, and I was telling Brandon one time. I said we had ran out of smalls and mediums and whatnot. I was like, we gotta get some smalls in here. We gotta get Amber in some of this dang broadside camo.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll put it to good use. And she hates being cold. I mean, you think we hate being cold? Like she hates it.
Yeah.
She wears 17 layers. She's got an electric vest, electric pants, electric socks, electric gloves, you name it. Like if it starts raining or something, I was like, you got to shut it down. You're going to get electrocuted.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
Better not wear it as your outer layer.
And that's the other thing about this stuff. And I think I mentioned it earlier. I mean, it's quiet and it's waterproof, windproof, stick tights, burrs. I mean, they just wipe right off of it. You know, I mean, it's.
And I tell you what, quick story. We're in Nebraska, and me, Brian, and Amber hunting Nebraska on public land. We go up there every year. We're about to go up there in 2 weeks. So, but there's a stick tight patch that we all found independently from each other. We don't come back to camp, and I mean, she's wearing her KUIU proximity, which has got that fleece on the outside, and I am from head to toe. Nothing but stick tight. I spent 6 hours
Oh my goodness!
stick tights out of her proximity pants.
I
And
think
then
I still have a coat that's got stick tights in it from Nebraska last year. Like it was bad.
yeah, and ended up shooting a pretty decent 8-point buck on it, and he had stick tights all over him.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're everywhere.
yeah. The old stick tight buck. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but like I said, like you said, Brian, you can see the passion in me. I love this
Yeah.
stuff, and it's just getting better and better, and we're making it more mobile friendly, and we are. It is also tree stand friendly. I mean, all our jackets and hoodies have a waterproof zipper port on the top, just under the collar. So if you needed to run a lifeline or a safety line out of the
Yep.
back of it, you can do that. Um, and of course, even when you're climbing with the hang on and stuff, you should have a lineman's rope on or something. You know what I mean? So your access still is good to have those bridge ports in there because you can still use it for that stuff. And it's
Yeah.
it's really good for everybody.
Yeah.
What
I really like those features, man. Like I said, this is my first year to really saddle hunt. And that's always been my thing. I'm not a guy. I'm fat and hairy, and I get hot pretty easy. So I don't wear my heavy duty stuff into the woods. I go in light, and then I throw it on maybe an hour after sitting there. So seeing some of the awesome features of being able to put that stuff on without having to take all my saddle stuff off, that right there caught my eye
Yeah.
right off the bat. And then the pattern, the pattern, it's different. You don't see a whole lot of that. There might be a couple with some whites in them, but nothing like that I've seen.
Something like ours.
So it's pretty cool.
What's funny is that white. They say we were told that white is the only color that actually breaks up the human outline. Every other color can enhance it, but white breaks it up. And I tend to believe that because when I look at pictures, I mean, where you see them white patches at, it's like you can't tell where the lines are. I
Yeah.
can't see the outline, and so it's. I'm really surprised more companies haven't started going that direction. And I think they're dabbling in it. I see.
Yeah, you start to see lighter colors.
Yeah,
and
I'm
stuff
seeing
now.
definitely new patterns coming out, and a lot of them will have spots of white in them. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I think it's becoming more popular.
So you guys have a lightweight, a midweight, and a heavyweight.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct on that?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you guys have just regular base layer stuff?
No, we just have our early season shirt, which it's a spandex polyester. It's breathable. It's moisture wicking, but it's not really considered a base layer.
Gotcha.
It is reversible. I think I spoke of that earlier.
Yeah.
You get two patterns in one. We've been talking about getting with our manufacturer this next year and maybe coming out with some base layers. That's probably what our next move is going to be. It's anything in the hunting world. You got to keep coming out with stuff and keep
Yeah.
folks interested. You know what I mean? At least that's how I see it, because that's how companies get me. They keep coming out with new stuff, and I got to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure. And I think hunters and fishermen for sure are attracted to new gear that come out, and like the new fishing lure that's out there, everybody's catching it. I'm guilty of it. I'm a gearhead. I like the new fancy stuff that comes out on the market, and for someone who's owning the company, you gotta put out new stuff every year, or you're going to be left in the dust for sure.
100%.
You can watch some of these saddle companies, and there's some that are just kind of they have a great product for say, but they're just kind of stagnant, and you
Mhm.
see a lot of growth because that's what they have.
Yeah.
And then you got other companies that are, they're coming out with, they've got great saddles, they've got great platforms, they got great sticks, and they're always coming out with something new, and you can see them growing every year. It seems like. So you gotta stay in the game, I feel like.
For sure.
Yep.
Speaking of saddles and different ones, I know you guys are running Buzzard Roost, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yep. Part of the Buzzard Roost team. Shout out to Benny and Anthony down there in Louisiana. I love mine. I mean, Amber loves hers. We've got half our staff wearing Buzzard Roost saddles.
There you go.
Quick little plug for them. If you haven't checked out a Buzzard Roost saddle, man, they are the most comfortable one that I've set in on the entire market. And I've said in, I think all of them.
100%.
Dude, I actually, when I got into saddle hunting, I had a stand that got stolen. It was my second one in over the years, and I decided I was going mobile. So I bought the lightest hang on I could find. I bought the lightest sticks I could find, and I was still packing around 30, 35 pounds. You know,
Mhm.
and I'd shot a deer, and a buddy had come to help me drag it out, and so I met him up at the gate, and so I had my everything on my back, you know, and I get to the gate, and my truck's there, and I said, "Hey man, help me throw this off," and he grabbed it. And he's like, "Man, that's your mobile setup?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's the lightest I can find." And so about 2, 3 days later, he hits me up and he's like, "Man, you ever heard of this saddle hunting?" And I literally, you know, everybody talks about it, I think, but I literally said, "Are you talking about from a horse? What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, check this out."
That's a different kind of saddle hunt.
Yeah. So, dude, I went down this
Yep.
rabbit hole, and I mean, I went all in, and I bought I'm a gear junkie, like you were saying, Jeremy. I bought
He's got
everything.
still buys everything. He's
Yeah,
got
I
so
mean,
much stuff. It's
when stuff comes out, I
ridiculous.
gotta try it, you know.
Yeah.
Just like I try every saddle I can get my hands on, because I mean, I can't say, hey, the Buzzaroo is the most comfortable saddle on the market if I've only had 2 saddles. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You get a lot of people
Yeah.
that'll do that. They'll buy something and they like it, and they'll be in these groups claiming that's the most comfortable thing in the world. And I'm like, but have you tried anything else? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, then you really don't know. And
Right.
so I got to where I was buying saddles and platforms, and I got a bow shop downstairs that my wife, she doesn't know how much this stuff costs. I seen a joke the other day. The guy said, "Hey, when I pass away, man, do not let my wife sell my stuff for what I told her I paid for it."
Yeah.
Right.
No kidding. No
But
kidding.
anyway, and then I said, you know what? I started a Facebook group called Mocan Saddle Hunters, and it's just a local Missouri, Kansas group, you know. And but there's people from Iowa in it. There's people from Oklahoma that's in it, you know. But anyway, I put on an event every year, and I started this because I wanted to try different saddles. I wanted to try different climbing methods and all this. But I was tired of just buying everything as it come out, you know. And so I thought, why not start a group where we can all to get together? You can bring your gear, I'll bring my gear. You can
Try
try
it.
mine out. I'll try yours out. We can talk about what works for us, what don't work for us, and we can learn a lot just from each other. And so we started doing that, and that's how I met Benny from Buzzaroo's. That they were just getting started, and I had heard about the company. I'd seen something about it, so I contacted Benny and I said, "Hey man, I'm putting on this get together. I was curious if you'd be interested, especially being new on the market. We could get a saddle. Everybody can try it out, see what they think, and then at the end of the show, we'll give it away. You know, somebody will take it home, and it's just a good avenue to get people to
Sure.
check your stuff out, I think."
Yeah.
So he was like, "Heck yeah, man, I'm down for that." Well, then like 2 days later, he calls me and he says, "Hey, I'll do you one better." And I said, "What's that?" He goes, "I'll just come up to your event." And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, dude. There could be 3 people here. I don't know. I don't there might be 300, there might be 3. I can't tell you, you know. It
Yeah.
may rain because we do it outside at an archery range. I said, "It may rain. There could be nobody here." He goes, "I don't care. I just want to come up and meet you. I think it's cool what you're doing, and yeah, and we'll see what happens." So that was 4 years ago,
Yeah, I think so.
4 or 5
4 or
years
5.
ago. He's been up every year since. So
Yeah.
that's
Benny,
how I met Benny, and just a great guy. Him and Anthony.
yeah.
Anthony's top notch
Yeah,
as
their whole
well.
team's just good
Yeah,
guys.
just good people, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. When
That,
you hang,
that
when
that
you hang
story
around,
doesn't surprise me about Benny though. The first time we met him, man, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. What are we doing?
yeah,
Like he jumped on board pretty fast. Like there was no begging him
Yeah,
or
he's
pleading
down.
with him. It was just like, I
yeah,
like what you guys are doing. I
Yeah.
want to
yep,
be part of it. And
Yeah. Oh, for
he's
sure.
always been pretty cool, man. Give him a call anytime, and he answers. And
dude. Now, hey, we'll have to get you guys up here.
yeah,
You guys are in Oklahoma, right?
yep,
yeah, Northeast Oklahoma. Yep.
Man, we'll have to get you all up here for it too. So the last few years, Jacob, the satellite guy.
Yep.
Mhm.
What's up? Anthony, Benny, Brandon. I mean, several of them come
Yeah.
up. Man, they brought. We do so. We do it in May, which is usually around Mother's Day anyway. My wife, she loves to have crawfish boils and whatnot. So every Mother's Day, we have a big seafood crawfish boil and whatnot. And so I was telling Benny and Jacob that, and so man, they brought up 100 pounds of crawfish and
And
stuff. Man, we had a
thought we could-
feast.
We can cook it pretty good too, but them boys put us on game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
them Louisiana boys, man.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
showed me out.
Well, that gives me an idea. Mother's Day weekend, we will be in Arkansas doing a shot to 3D experience 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Man, it would be cool to do the little saddle swap meet during a shot event.
Yeah,
That could be cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
that could be really cool, man.
Get a lot of exposure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we
Get a lot of exposure, put you a little broadside 10 up, and every one of those guys is a bow hunter. You know what I mean? Like, so, like,
yeah,
get some serious exposure to the.
yeah. And
to
we
the
definitely
crowd.
plan on hitting up at least a couple of the
Yeah.
shot events this
I'm
next year.
excited to get to one. I haven't been to one yet.
And
I
hey,
love it.
but we get, and you know, if Benny's listening, we could do a big crawfish boil while we're there. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And
Oh
We
yeah,
we got him, and we had another guy from Louisiana that we met on Matt Como. He came all the way up to Mulberry, and he cooked all of his crawfish up there at Mulberry. So he'll
heck
be
yeah,
around again probably.
yeah,
There we go.
yeah. We had 30 or 40 people that evening. You know, after the event was over, there's campsites there and little RV park, and there's probably 30, 40 hanging around Matt's RV, just piling the crawfish down.
yeah.
It was good.
So you do that one? Is that in Mulberry?
Mulberry Mountain, yeah.
Yeah. You know where that's at,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I've been there a few times.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Arkansas. I
Yeah,
like
love
to go ride motorcycles down there, and my buddy lives in Ozark.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's just right down the road from the Mulberry Mountain.
Yep.
Yep.
And we go up to Mulberry, and we go. We take the razors out and go have a
time.
good time, man. We go down there. We go on float trips down there and whatnot, and
Yep.
yeah, we love it down there for sure. So we
Yeah.
always want to go to Arkansas.
It's
My
one of our
wife was like, oh yeah, you can go to the Shot 3D tournament, and I'm going to JJ, my buddy JJ and his wife. I'm going to their house.
Yeah.
So that'll work out good.
Heck yeah.
have to work something out.
Have you guys been hunting at all this year?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
We went to Nebraska mid-September for a mule deer hunt. It was hot. The deer were hiding in the corn, and on the land we couldn't hunt, of course.
Yeah.
We watched a couple of good bucks. I saw one real good mule deer right at dark, 200 yards across the canyon. And he was big and pretty, but he just never did give me the time of day. Saw some smaller bucks, had does all over me. Jeremy's about the same with him. He was on some whitetails over close to some state land that they were playing hide and seek with him, not coming in till dark. So, but we had that, and I've done a little bit of hunting around here, but nothing much.
We've been hunting our butts off
Yeah.
up here in the heat, you know, and
Yeah.
that sure ain't helping none.
Yeah.
But that weather turned cool this
Yep.
last week. I got a little quick story on it, and you ever wish you just had 5 more minutes?
Oh, a lot.
We were talking about
Almost
this.
every sit.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
if we just had 5 more minutes, 5 more
Mhm.
minutes of daylight, 5 more minutes to
I
sit
would have
here,
just
5
waited
more
5 more minutes to leave the spot.
So
Yeah.
I was up in a
Yeah,
tree
for sure.
last Sunday. I think it was
it was Monday.
Last Monday, up in a tree, and it'd been a great morning. It'd been the best morning so far this season. I had young bucks moving all over. I had does moving. I've already taken one doe this year, so I was trying to just hold off on taking another one just yet. But I kind of get that itchy trigger finger. But I let them walk, and about 9 o'clock, everything just went silent, you know. And I'm just sitting up there hanging out, and about 10:45. So it's been almost 2 hours now since I've had any activity. I was like, man, am I just gonna sit here all day? I like to do that, you know. Usually I would like to do that when the weather's a little bit cooler, you know.
Yeah.
So I was kind of going back and forth. Should I sit here all day or should I should get down, go eat, you know? And I thought, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and get down, go get something to eat. There ain't nothing moving. So I climbed down it and I use 4 sticks, tree sticks when I climb. And so I'd got about 3 sticks. I'd lowered my bow down, got about 3 sticks down, and I look over and I see a deer coming right to me. And I'm like, that's a good sized body on that deer, it looks like. So I peek around the other side of the tree, and all I can see is antler. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? So I climb back up real quick. I mean, he's coming. When I first seen him, he was probably 30 yards. I bet he was probably 25 yards by the time I got up to the platform. I had to get my bow up, and he's coming right towards me. And I'm thinking, he sees this, you know what I mean? There ain't no way. I get my bow and I look, and he's still not paying me no attention. And I'm like, you're kidding me. I put it on my bow hanger. Oh, my release is in my pack, which will never ever happen again. And I pulled my pack off and I got it at my feet on my platform, and I have to open my pack, and I know right where the zipper is, where my release is. So by this time he's probably 20 yards from me, and I hit that zipper and he looks right up at me, and I'm like, I close my eyes.
That always works.
Hey,
It
I'm
works
a
every
firm
time.
believer, man. If you close your eyes, because the first thing they're looking for is eyes, because
Yeah.
a predator's after them, they see their eyes first. You know what I mean? So I always say, close. I tell all my kids, close your eyes. So I close my eyes. Sure enough, he just put his head down and was milling around right there, and I was like, unbelievable right now. But he's starting to work his way past me. So I get my release out. I get an arrow knocked, and I'm like, this is ridiculous, you know. And I turn, and now I'm having to turn this way, and I had one little shot spot, and I tried to get him to stop. I was like, meh, as loud as I could. He didn't pay me no attention. He just kept going. I was like, are you kidding me, man?
He thought this.
I was like, if I'd have sat in that dang stand 5 more minutes,
Oh yeah.
I'd have had a nice buck. I couldn't even tell you how many points he had, but he had stuff going everywhere. He's wide, he's tall. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
We don't run cameras. About 3, 4 years ago, I quit running them because I would get fixated on bucks. And that's the one I want.
Or just the camera in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I kind of was losing that excitement, you know, when a deer would come in, I'd be like, oh, that's mole deer. I got a deer out here that's covered in moles, so I call him mole deer. And I'm like, oh, that's old mole deer. That's, you know, you don't get excited as much.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I get excited, and I'm excited about that buck. The
Yeah.
problem is I quit using cameras so I wouldn't get fixated on a buck, and now I'm fixated on this buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he came
Talking
back
about
that night.
See
He
that-
came back that night, and I couldn't believe it. Sure enough, I heard it sounded like somebody was walking in the woods behind me, and it was getting dark. And I'm like, what is that? Is that a deer? Surely that's awful loud and heavy to be a deer. And all of a sudden I could hear it right behind me, and I just kind of peeked back, and sure enough, it was him. And he come right around me. But by the time he got out in the shooting lane, I actually drew back on him. But I couldn't see him through my peep. It was too dark.
Need
Yeah.
5 more minutes.
Needed 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
fixated on that buck that you first see daylight of the season too. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm the same way at my spot
Gotta
right
get
now.
him. I don't
You know,
know.
going back to that 5 minutes deal, I something that runs through my head every time before I get out of my stand is just wait 5 more minutes, because one time years ago, me and Jeremy were in Missouri and we were turkey hunting, and these old eastern birds were just kicking our butt, and we would have them gobbling coming in, and you know how eastern birds work, they slow down and stop and they check everything out, and we were impatient, and every time we would get up we would see a bird run off, and it was like, all right, we got to really start kicking each other, you know what I'm saying, just wait 5 more minutes. And that has always stuck with me ever since too. Like when I get up to move, I'm like, no, sit back down, 5 more minutes. And I don't know how many times that has worked for me too. Like you might see something else come in that 5 minutes. You're like, dang, I was just fixing to move. So that that is a rule that I actually keep in my pocket. So
Yeah, well, I guarantee you that's a new rule for me because
Yeah.
every time I've been out since, I've done that exact same thing. I said, well, I guess I might as well leave, and I'm like, nope, 5
Right.
more minutes.
Wait.
I ain't leaving this.
Dude,
Yeah.
for
the
sure.
other day I was sitting out there and I was supposed to, I had a work call. I think it was supposed to be at like 11 or something. So I was gonna get down around 10 and I was like, I'm gonna just wait a couple more minutes, 5 more minutes. Then 2 or 3 more deer came in.
5
Okay.
more minutes.
And I'm like 5 more. And then it's 11. I'm like, crap, I gotta move this meeting over to 12:30. The deer were
Yeah.
moving, and it's hard to
Yeah.
get out when that's happening.
It is. It's kind of like fishing. It's always that one cast, one more cast.
Oh,
I'll get.
I do that same thing. It sounds like you guys have known each other quite a while. What's your guys' story?
Oh yeah, long time.
Yeah,
We
Brian.
met on OnlyFans. Back in, no, man,
Onlyfarmers.com.
yeah, we worked together back when we were young pups. Back in 2003 ish, I think, somewhere in there. Started working together, and Jeremy was a duck hunter, and I was a deer hunter, and we just hit it off, and got him into bow hunting, taught him everything he knows, and I take credit for that. So. But yeah, we've been friends ever since. We've had another previous business. We used to make duck calls and deer calls together. Racks and Quacks custom calls, traveling around all over selling calls and stuff, and then we work together now, not only with shot, but we work together at our real job too. So
Nice.
over 25 years now. So 20
Yep.
or right at 25, close somewhere in there.
So how did shot come about?
Oh man, so we did a whole podcast on this origin story of shot.
Yeah.
I gotta have to go back and watch some of y'all's podcasts then.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll do a condensed version of it. You know, we're super into bow hunting, and we went to our first TAC event, Total Archery Challenge, and Broken Bow. The first year they came to Oklahoma, Brian actually had a work trip that he had to bail out on the trip to TAC because he was in Kuwait. So it was me, my sister, some other buddies, and Amber. We went down for our first TAC, and we loved it so much. Came back and was, telling Brian he missed a awesome weekend and whatnot. So the next year we go again. Brian gets to go, and he got to experience it. And we're like, man, we want to do this more often, but we can't travel to Montana and Colorado and Pennsylvania once a month and do these things. It's just too expensive. So we started buying little crappy targets and throwing in the backyard, and we kind of started our own little archery club called Odd Day Out. Started doing some jackpots. 10 or 15 guys would come over. We'd have fun, drink some beer, whatever. And then after a couple of months of that, it grew into 100 people a weekend coming over to the house doing archery jackpot. And then we went to TAC again and met Tim, and it kind of all started right there. We called him and said, "Hey, man, how about we throw our ranges?" Tim had a range called Rogue Archer down in Hugo, and let's throw our ranges together and put on a big jackpot, kind of like a miniature TAC. And we had our first event in Hugo 2023, and 300 people showed up, and we put that together like last minute. Like, it was a pretty big event for us, 300 people.
Yeah.
But to put that together in like 6 weeks, I mean, we had sponsors, we were giving away stuff. It was a lot of work, and it happened really quick. But the success of that, everybody wanted us to continue doing it. We're like, heck, man, let's just start a little company, and we could probably do 5 or 6 of these a year without quitting our jobs, with vacation time. And that's kind of where we're at. That's the short version of it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. I've never actually shot a 3D tournament like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I when I was down there, that was the first one I'd even been at, and so I'm looking around and checking it out. I'm like, this is pretty cool stuff, man. I'm super excited to get down there and shoot at it too. I
Yeah.
want to come hang out with y'all, of course, and but I'm thinking I want to shoot this range too. That's pretty
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we need to get you guys out there on the course, man, because you guys will have a blast out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanna be a part of that too, for sure.
yeah, for sure. Looking forward to it, 100%.
Awesome.
yeah, we'll be
Well,
in Louisiana. Will be our first event in 1st of February. We have an indoor event that we're going to do in January, and it's kind of a 3D slash indoor mix. So you'll be shooting a 3D target, and then you shoot a Vegas face, and then another 3D target, and Vegas face, and it's all for score. And it's a judging round, so you can't use a rangefinder. It's indoors during the boat show, so there's all the hunting show and boat shows going on in the main expo, and then we got a little archery room pretty big archery room really, but throwing a little indoor 3D that kind of kicks off our season. We're like January, we're ready to start doing 3D, but the weather isn't really good enough to get outside, so we do a little indoor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll have to get one of y'all to, or I'll go. I guess I could go to the Facebook page or whatnot and check out the dates for next year and figure out, get with you and figure out which ones we can hook up at, and
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we'll get a
Get
tent out
broadside
there,
set up
and
there, yeah.
yeah, and
We definitely love to have you at the Kansas event. That's one thing I try to do at each place. If I got some guys that from that area, like I got Scent Thief, Hanger Co, Unbound, you guys be there, like Kansas-based people, man. That's what I think really makes some of those events really work for us.
yeah, definitely. That's the one we will for sure
Yeah, I
want
would
to
love
be
to be
at.
there for sure.
That one I'd really like to be the one in Mulberry, and then
Tulsa.
Tulsa. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the big one, right? That's
Yeah.
the Yeah, that one as well. So we'll try to at least make those three for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put you on the spot real fast. Maybe we can work something out here and have something where all these guys get a chance to maybe win some broadside camo. Maybe we work with you on sponsorship level. How about that?
Yeah, we're down for
Yeah.
it, dude. You guys see, I
All
mean,
right. All
I've
right.
gotten to know you a little bit over the last year, Brian especially
Yep.
and Jeremy. Um, so you guys are great people. I feel like you're surrounded by great people, and you're doing a cool thing with this shot 3D. I really dig it, and yeah, we definitely down to do something for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. I like it because I think it's a good way a good avenue to get you guys out there to more guys that have never heard of broadside camo.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%.
we give away saddles. We use the saddler there with that Abel has from
yep.
uh, shooting Benny's Buzzard Roost saddles out of. It would be a good time to get you guys out there, put some of that stuff on, try it on, and actually get to use it and see it. It'd be an awesome time.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah, it'd
definitely.
be
And it's like anything. You get to put something on and actually try it out or whatnot and see what
Yeah,
it's really about. That'll help you make up your mind real quick.
Yeah, this
makes
stuff
a
Yeah.
difference.
in person is just a game changer.
Yeah. So just real quick. So we went online and we started selling pretty good. You know what I mean? And it was hopping, and we weren't planning on going to the Georgia show. We were going to go to the Ohio Mobile Hunters Expo. We didn't plan on going to the Georgia one because we didn't know exactly how our inventory was going to fall and whatnot when we would get it. And so that week, the week before the Georgia show, we had like three different people call, and I'm talking to them, and they're like, "Dude, this gear is wonderful." I said, like your hoodie, for example. I thought by looking at pictures on Facebook and stuff, this was a kick-ass hoodie, or sorry, I don't
There you go.
great
You're good.
hoodie, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
so but once I got it in my hands and put it on, they're like, "Man, this thing's comfortable. It feels good. I love it so much." It was such a different feeling to have it in my hands. And so me and Brandon were talking, was like, "Man,
So
we
we
got to go
gotta
to the
go,
Georgia
man.
show. We got to go to every show we can because people need to get it. Once they get it in their hands, then they see this is legit stuff. This ain't, I mean, I tell people this is premium stuff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This ain't no just junk fly by night stuff. This is real stuff, and we build it. We're mobile hunters. We build it for mobile hunters. We want it to be tough. I say it's kind of bittersweet that it's so tough and whatnot because I want people after
Come
4 or
back to
5
buy
years to
some
buy
more.
new stuff. And they
Right.
ain't happened to. I take
Yeah.
my personal set that I've used for the last 8, 9 years. I take it to shows with us and I show people and I'm like, tell me, I mean, it don't look brand new, but it looks dang good.
It
And
didn't look like it's 10 years
Yeah.
old.
no,
Yeah.
it don't have holes in it. I probably go overboard, but it makes me more confident. I'm big on scent control. And so if I go out and hunt today, and I'm gonna hunt tomorrow, when I get home tonight, I'm washing my gear. And then I put it in a bucket, you know what I mean? And that's what I wear tomorrow. So whether it gets washed a lot, well, a lot of times that's what tears up camo gear more than anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Washing it,
100%.
and this stuff holds up so good, you know what I mean? So once people get it in their hands and they see that, it's so I love that idea about getting on the saddler. And I actually have I actually sold it,
Yeah.
but I had a saddler that I used,
Yeah.
and I took it up to the event and let people get on it and try different saddles out, and then they tried our gear out and whatnot. And
Yeah.
we don't get. I haven't heard any negative feedback since we've been in business. It's all been positive. And I'm not saying it won't happen because I'm sure, anytime
Yeah.
you're
Absolutely.
dealing with bulk stuff, there's bound stuff to happen. But we do our lifetime guarantee on our zippers and our gear and stuff, you know what I mean? And we warranty that stuff. We take care of it because we believe in it that much. Badlands has their lifetime warranty, so we said, hey, we'll do it too, man.
Yeah.
That's how much we
That's
believe
awesome.
in that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to get it out there even more, and I'm excited to get it at your show for sure.
Yeah. That'd
If
be
you
awesome.
can't tell by me keeping rambling and whatnot.
Now, where do you guys do your distribution out of?
Right here in Kansas City,
Yeah.
we do all our own storage, distribution, everything.
Just all in the family.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I tell you, since you brought that up, I gotta give kudos to my wife because
Hmm.
we're the face.
Yeah. She's the shipper.
I think she's the backbone of it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We thought, well, we got to have a website. I have no clue how to do a website. He has no clue. I think we started talking.
I
to
had
some
like Mosby
people,
Electric has a website, but I pay somebody to take care of that.
but it
Like,
was like super
Yeah.
expensive
Yeah.
to get somebody to build us one. And we had a couple people that said, yeah, we'll help you out, and then they kind of fall away. And
Oh
so
yeah. Oh yeah.
my wife said,
it's a lot like a functioning website where you can buy and purchase and it keeps
Yeah.
inventory and
my wife
that's
said,
stuff we didn't really think of at the beginning where it was like, hang on a second.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to do
yeah, I
this?
just thought we just do a website. What do you mean? How do we do
Yeah.
it? Just
Well,
do it.
it's got to go to inventory and
Yeah. So my wife actually, she got on there and she said, I'll figure out how to do the website. And I'm like, are you crazy? You have no kind of website skills. And within a few days, she's like, check out what I've done. And I'm like, oh my God, how did you do this? And then it just keeps getting better and
Yeah,
better. And I mean, we're still working on it.
Yeah.
We're learning as we go that, hey, we
Right.
need this on there, that on there. But she sat down with YouTube and she figured it all out. So she runs the website. Um, she'll give me crap, she does all the shipping or whatever. I'm like, well, it's because I'm at work when the kids are when they have a nap time. So when they're napping, she'll come down and do all the orders and stuff. And
Lock
when
it
I
in.
get home, everything's already packaged up and ready to go. So I'm like, well, can't get no better than that. You know what I mean? For me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
You're
yeah,
blessed, for sure.
she's a trooper. She jumped in both feet. She's all on board. You know what I mean? And she don't have to be obviously, and she wants to, and so that makes it even better. When your wife's all on board with it, with what you're doing and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
yeah, it's super cool. It's definitely a family affair for sure.
Awesome. Does she get to go out in the woods? Does she like to hunt at all? Or
Nope, she is not a hunter, and she likes to eat it. But
Yeah.
here lately, I've been.
She loves you hunting though, I think.
I think she does.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
She's like, she get out of here.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
get out
she's-
of here
Yeah.
for the week.
She likes it, and she always says she gets so much done when I'm not here. And
Yeah.
I don't quite know how to take it, but I'm like, okay, well,
It's what you want to do.
as long as I go hunting, so I'm gonna let you get some stuff done while I
Yeah.
go do this.
It seems like a good trade off for you.
Yeah,
It
it
won't
works
bother
for
you.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I may be getting the short end of that stick somewhere. I may find out down the line, but right now I'm taking advantage of
Yeah,
it. So
100%.
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
The honeydews are adding up.
But I've been trying to. We've been talking lately about maybe her getting into starting to shoot a bow here and there, and I know she's competitive as heck. So if I ever get her to shoot a bow, her mission will be to outshoot me, which ain't gonna take a
Shoot
whole
her in the
lot.
buck.
And she'll be out shooting me. She'll be shooting bigger deer than me, and that's what'll happen. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of cool with her taking her time and not jumping in with right quick.
You'll be doing
Yeah.
the news. She'll be out
Yeah,
in the
she'll be
woods.
like, "I'm going hunting. You get some stuff done around here now, and it'll be my turn to be home."
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed, Amber picking up this back. She's a city girl by default, and she moved in with me and picked up the bow and started learning how to do it from scratch. Never went hunting a day in her life, and now she's hooked. And it's enjoyable for me. We go outside in the backyard and get
Yeah,
reps in and shoot. And we compete in ASA a little bit, and it's what we do in our pastime. It's all we do is shoot bows.
yeah. That I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
How long has she been doing it then?
This is her third year.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. That's super.
Yeah, she's still a newbie. She's still learning some heartbreaker lessons in the woods. Last year, let me back up. Her very first deer hunt she went on, I took her in the backyard, climb up. We didn't even get in the stand yet. We had deer out in front of us 40 yards, and we tried to put a little stalk on them. Got within 20, they busted us and ran off. We get up in the tree stand. 15 minutes later, here they come back. It was a doe or a group of does, and so within 15 minutes of her first hunt, she killed her first deer.
Dang.
And I was like, it ain't gonna be like this all the time, girl.
She thought, man, this is easy. I don't know.
Hey,
what
nothing
you
to
do."
this. You walk in there and shoot one. Well, we get it to the processor down the road, and this was an evening hunt. We get back to the house, dropped it off at the processor, get back to the house, and it ain't dark yet. And she's like, "Can we go back out?" And I just kind of chuckled and I said, "There's death in the woods. Let's give it a few days." And
To go.
she's had opportunities, but she's been busted a lot on movement or, just not set up properly. She's learning. She's on her learning journey. And, I told her bow hunting is a sport of heartbreak. Like it's 90% heartbreak. You're gonna experience it just like everybody else. It ain't like that first hunt you went out there and we walked up to one and shot it.
Man, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
You're right about that. It's a sport of heartbreak.
It is
It happens all the time.
heartbreaking. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my
I could
heart's
give
been
her-
broken more over bow hunting than anything else.
If I could give her one piece of advice, that would be just stay 5 more minutes.
Man, or get some broadside.
Hey,
I
she needs
swear
broadside. I
that-
mean,
That might help.
that'll help the
I'm
getting busted thing. Right
Yeah,
there.
I
So-
move. I'm not the world's greatest hunter. I move and all kinds of stuff. And
Well, he did that. He took a break from bow hunting when he started his business and whatnot. And he went out this year in the opening day where he's on one side of this property and I'm on the other. And he hits me up and says, "Hey, I just shot a doe." And I said, "No kidding. All
it's like
right, man.
6:30.
First day, or look at you go, And about 15, 20 minutes later,
Yeah.
he sends me a picture and says, "There's another doe." I said, "Well, shoot her." And he goes, "For real?" I said, "Yeah, why not? You got a tag, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, shoot her." Next thing you know, he goes, "I just shot her." So opening day, before 9 o'clock, he had 2 doe on the ground. I ain't seeing nothing. I'm like, oh, this is starting out great, and I had
Mhm.
to tell him it ain't always gonna be like
Yeah.
this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We've
I,
been
I
putting
will
in
say
good
that,
this year already.
kudos to Amber. And I think a lot of women are this way, but they're easy to instruct. They listen. They don't have the ego that gets in the way. And with her archery journey, she was really easy to coach and instruct, and she picked it up really quick. And she's a good shooter. She won state championship in Kansas, and she won Shooter of the Year in Oklahoma last year in ASA.
Dang, yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, she's solid shot. But I told her, I might have messed up a little bit in the woods where I said you can't be moving all the time. So like all last year, she gets up in the tree and she's like frozen. She ain't moving at all. Like she'll just move her eyeballs to look. I'm like, you got to look around a little bit, babe.
Yeah.
How are you going to know if a deer is coming up from behind you if you don't occasionally look behind you? She's just like frozen there. She's like, I'm getting sore. I'm like, well, move around a little bit.
She's like, well, you told me don't move.
I can't move. I got to be still and quiet. But she takes instruction to like the highest level, and it's easy to work with. But sometimes I got to be careful of what instructions I give her because she's gonna do it to a T.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's a good issue, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. And I think you're right. And my wife Leslie, she would be the same way if I got her out there shooting a bow. That's who she is. She would listen and she would pick it up and she would become very good at it.
Yeah.
Sure. Women take instruction on that kind of thing a lot better than guys do. Like not just shooting bows, like shooting guns, teaching them anything like that's outside of their normal, lifestyle. Like they listen, they will take the instruction and they'll execute it a lot better.
Yeah. She does it like playing cornhole or something, you know what I mean? And she don't know what she's doing. And so we get out there and
She's on my team.
next thing you know, she's smoking everybody. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
she
funny.
picks stuff up. She's very competitive and if she's gonna do something, she wants to do it the best she can do. So
Yep.
I better keep a bow out of her hands for a while.
Yeah.
Be making me feel bad.
Yeah.
Well, guys, where can the audience find your gear? I know you got a website and you're probably on Facebook. Why don't you give us your guys' handle and everything, and hopefully we'll send some people your way. And for sure, for the audience of Shot to 3D Experience, sounds like you can be looking forward to some events next year and seeing the product firsthand and maybe a chance to win some too.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Our website is broadsidecamosystems.com. And our Facebook's the same, Broadside Camo Systems. And
All social media, Instagram, TikTok.
Instagram, all of it. And
Trying to
there's
grow it
all
all.
kinds of information on there. There's videos of the gear in use. There's pictures. I mean, you can see how good it blends and all the little tool systems that come with it that help you out and whatnot. It's all on there, And if anybody has any questions, feel free to hit Brandon or myself up.
Yep.
And we're here to help. You know what I mean? And hope everybody loves it just as much as we do.
I have one more closing statement about the camo systems you guys provide. It's priced right too. It's not overpriced like a lot of the premier stuff. Like for the same price, you could get an other brand jacket. You could get a full kit from the Broadside Camo.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really important to us. I mean, we're blue collar hard workers. You know what I mean? We're not rich by no means, and we wanted to make it to where people like us can afford it.
Sure.
And I figure if we can afford it, the average blue collar person can afford it.
A lot of people can afford it.
Yeah. And so we just try to keep it that way. A lot of these other companies, a lot of them right now I found that are using like COVID as an excuse, well,
Sure.
since COVID, prices are just skyrocketed. They have. And our prices are even a little bit higher than we would really like them to be just because of, and I know it's a COVID effect basically. But some of these people, some of these companies, I mean, their pricing is like, that's especially the bigger companies that are able to buy in like huge quantities, so they're getting it even cheaper. It's like, yeah, some of you are relying on that COVID excuse to line your pockets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we don't want to be that. We want to be. We're just average people. We're average hunters. That's why I love Broadside, because I'm an average hunter. I make mistakes. I move when I shouldn't. My scent control is not always what it should be. You know what I'm saying? And so when that deer looks up, what I want to do is blend in with my background. And if I can do that, that's half the battle right
And
there.
close your
So-
eyes.
And close,
Close
your
your
eyes.
eyes and wait 5 more minutes.
5 more
5 more
minutes.
minutes.
But yeah,
Well, Troy,
Well,
Brandon, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Best of luck for the rest of the hunting season to you guys, and send me some pictures and we'll put them up on our Facebook page, and you kill that stud, that big one that you need 5 more minutes on.
Yep. I'm gunning for him, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Go get them, dude. Get in that buzzer Bruce and go get them.
Hey, it was great talking to you guys. You know, I look forward to getting to know you even better and hanging out with you at some point. Maybe we can even do a hunt together sometime. But
Yeah.
we'll definitely be down at some shot tournament, 3D tournaments, and we'll definitely hook up with some kind of a prize gear there. Give
Yep.
people a chance to win some gear. So
All right.
All
Good
right.
deal. Well, we appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys.
yep. Thank you
See
very
you next
much.
time.